If you're listening right now to the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we know something about you. We know that you're obsessed with Little House on the Prairie.
For more than half a century, Little House on the Prairie, the series and the books have been bright lights for people all over the world who seek out goodness, decency, and human connection.
Here on the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we celebrate everything that made Little House so special.
The stories, the characters, the actors, and the messages that have made Little House iconic family television.
And a perfect counterpoint to a world that feels like it's going off the rails every day.
Where is Michael Landon when we need him most? I'm your host, Pamela Bob.
And I'm your Prairie Bitch, Allison Arngrim.
And I'm Dean Butler.
Our hashtag imaginary boyfriend. Join us for our loving, quirky, and often irreverent conversations about the finest family drama in the history of television.
And the imperfect people who made it that way.
In this third season, we are extremely grateful for the support of VisitSeeMeValley.com for their continuing sponsorship of Little House on the Prairie and the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast. Well, hello, bonnet heads. How are you doing, you guys? I'm Pamela Bob, your host and creator and star of Living on a Prairie and super fan. And I'm here with our lovely, beloved Prairie Bitch, Alison Arngrim. Hello, Allison. And our wonderful hashtag imaginary boyfriend, Dean Butler. Hi, guys. It's always so nice seeing you. Yes.
Thank you,
What?
Pamela. Good to see you.
How's your week? What's going on?
What are you eating, Allison?
I'm
What are you eating and drinking?
Sorry, we're interrupting your meal with the podcast.
Leftover sushi from Nobu because they gave us too much food.
Wow. Okay.
Delicious.
That's fun.
And Trader Joe's rice cracker medley. And if you have not bought the Trader Joe's rice cracker medley with everything, get it.
Are you a
Good.
Trader Joe's person, Dean?
Oh my God, I live for Trader Joe's.
I know people
Yeah,
live
no, I
for
definitely
Trader
have
Joe's.
certain things that I really like at Trader Joe's. Yeah, so no, it's an amazing company. I think they do a great job.
Well, the breakfast cereals. You can't beat the breakfast cereals.
Oh, I haven't had the breakfast cereals.
Lovely stuff.
I mean, I think everything they do is really delicious. I think they present the store in a really fun way, and
Yeah, people love it.
yeah, so
Sorry,
it
I'm adjusting
works.
my light.
It just works.
Yeah, they have some stuff
Yeah.
that's so good. The Coffee Blast ice cream, the Trader
Oh
Joe's
my God,
cereal.
that's
right.
talk about
Yeah.
rich. Oh my
Exactly.
God, is that
And
rich?
certain finds like these rice crackers are like to die for. So just saying.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we hadn't had, I mean, they have Trader Joe's in Manhattan. I'm sure they have in Brooklyn, but they did not have them in my area. And it was too much of a schlep to go to Manhattan to get, even though Manhattan's not far away, but you don't want to do your groceries and have to go then on a subway.
No.
But they did just open one close to me. So my son goes after school with his friends to go to the Trader Joe's. That's how much people love Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And what's his thing at Trader Joe's?
Oh, he gets all of these snacky type stuff. Like he gets the peanut,
I
like
love
the
their
mini
trail
peanut
mix.
butter cups that are the
Yes,
Trader Joe's.
right.
Like
Yes,
those are to die
fantastic.
for.
Oh
And
my God.
and he'll come home and be like, "Mom, we have to go to Trader Joe's." I'm like,
So
okay, we'll go.
Have him do the research reconnaissance thing and come back and tell you what are the best things.
Okay.
And then there you go.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I have to
it's
explore
really
Trader
good.
Joe's more than I have
Yeah.
been exploring it. But anything else? Anyone have anything to promote or things coming up? What's happening in the Prairie world or your world?
So much.
Well, I mean, we've got appearances coming up. I know, Allison, you're getting ready to head off
France.
to, you're getting ready to head off to France.
10 shows back in France.
10 really 10 shows.
Yeah.
Is this one of your largest
I think so.
advance bookings ever?
6 and 8 are normal, but we've been getting more and more requests, and they keep selling it. Well, last year we went to extra shows because it was so hilarious. They said, well, it's a really small theater, so they sold out on Friday. So we'll do Saturday. Okay, we'll do Friday, Saturday. Can we do a Sunday matinee? Well, all right, I guess, because Friday, Saturday sold out. And then they went, can you do a show on a Monday? I go, who does a show on a Monday?
Wow.
They go, well, the other 3 are sold out. Okay,
Somebody's
fine.
working on a Monday.
So there you go.
But
Monday.
I also just read that you're going to be in the Berkshires in May, right before you come to New York. I love it. First of all, have you been to the Berkshires before?
No.
They're the
So
best.
beautiful.
They're the best.
So
It's the
beautiful.
best. You're going to
And
love
it's a
it.
place called the Foundry, which is supposed to be great. All these people I
Is
know
it in
played.
Barrington? Which town is it in? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Anyway, the
I think
Berkshires
you're right.
is awesome,
The
and it's a
Foundry.
huge theater town because
Yes.
when New Yorkers vacation over the summer, that's where they go to. They go to the Berkshires, and so there are tons of amazing theaters
This
and theater
is
companies
apparently-
out there. It's a big theater scene out there.
This
They're going to
Foundry
love you.
Is a very cool theater, and all these. Bob's handing me the thing now. The Foundry. Yes, West Stockbridge, Massachusetts, in the
Stockbridge.
Berkshires, and West Stockbridge there. And so it's a theater called, yes, the Foundry. There's community tickets, general admission, pay it forward, etc., etc. I'm doing actually. How many shows there am I doing now? 3. I think I'm doing 3 shows there.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. The first show was booked at 7 and got sold out, and then a second show later, and then a matinee earlier, and there's a few tickets left. So that is so now there's Saturday. Yeah, I'm doing 3 shows.
They're going to love you. It's going to be great.
In English.
And
in
go
this
to,
case, in
go
English,
to the go to the Norman Rockwell Museum, which I believe is in Stockbridge, and it's incredible. There's
that would be
stuff to do.
amazing.
There's stuff to
pretty
do
out
there.
there.
It's a great
Other
area.
acts promoted by Spin Cycle have performed there with great success. So I get to go. And then
be
of course
good.
I do the cutting room in May, as always on Mother's Day. I'm going to France, do my intention, then I come back. And aren't we all going to Tombstone, Arizona? Is everybody going to
Yes,
Tombstone,
on
Arizona? We're all going to
on March 22nd. No, I'm sorry, on April 10th through 12th.
As Bob
we'll
keeps
be
having
in-
on the
we'll
Nellie
be in
newsletter,
Tombstone.
it says, indeed, April 10th through 12th, we'll be in Tombstone, Arizona.
Thanks, Bob.
Hotel Tombstone.
And I'm going to be in on Long Island at the Chocolate Expo March
right.
22nd
right.
with Pat Labateau.
You guys
and
are
Todd
gonna be
Bridges.
there for my birthday weekend, or whenever it is.
Todd
I
freaking
know.
Bridges is going. Todd Bridges and Pat. And that's going to be
Yeah,
quick.
where the
That's a
3
lot.
of us are going. Yeah,
Okay.
we've all been trying to decide who gets to, who's going to be Ma in this.
Who's going to get the
Why,
biggest
well,
one?
like why it was important to figure that out. But that's been one of the things we've talked. Who's going to be, because the idea initially was that it would be it would be a different mix, but Pat and Todd want to come and enjoy the chocolate, and it's
Yeah, of course.
it's going to be great. They're going to love it. It's just
Do you know
incredible.
how far outside of the city are you? Where is Long
don't- I
Island? Because
don't
Long
know.
Island is long. I mean,
Yeah,
it could be
big.
hours
Where are-
outside.
which
I'll
area?
I'll figure it out.
It could be how far?
I mean, it can be hours. I mean,
Wow.
the Hamptons can be a 4-hour drive from the city, so it's a
That's
long island. It's very long.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Cherry Blossom. Are you doing Cherry Blossom? I don't know. Some of us are doing it. I'm doing Cherry Blossom Festival in Marshfield, Missouri. For sure.
Yeah, and I know it's come up because Jonathan Parker is showing his film, The Movement, and
nice.
he directed.
Carrie twins. Baby
Right. Yes, I think Jennifer Donati will be there. I feel
Jen
like
is
Pam
coming.
Roylance is
Pat-
going to be there.
Pat's
Is Pat
coming.
going? Great.
Yeah, Pat's going. We're
Yeah.
that's great.
caravanning. We're driving out. It's gonna be nuts. So we're doing Tombstone. Oh no, is Pat coming to Cherry? He's coming to Tombstone. Maybe he's coming to Cherry. The girls are coming to Cherry. Mm-hmm. Pam Roylance is coming.
I think
to Cherry.
Pam is. Yeah.
I think yes, and then I don't know who's going. It's Tombstone and Cherry Blossom will be full of people for
Yeah,
sure.
and we'll
Yeah.
once
then,
I get all of
let's
these
see the
dates
bunch.
and people and stuff, this will all be in the show notes, so
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
can follow this.
Yeah.
along
Thank you,
as well.
because it's so funny, Allison. You always know your schedule,
try.
pretty encyclopedically.
Well, and then
I
Bob
seem to
and
not
See,
know it.
you don't know what's happening
encyclopedically.
tomorrow. Yes, no. I know this about you.
Is it that bad?
Yes.
It is that bad.
Whenever I don't
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Bob keeps handing me the Nellie newsletter. I'm going, it's in the newsletter here, and
We'll talk-
so
we'll
so I
talk-
can
we will
always
talk about
check
all of
the
that.
newsletter
turn around
if I
and see
don't
what's on
know
the
what's
board back
happening.
here.
So
What's
there
on the
you are.
board, Dean?
Cherry
What's on
Festival,
He's reading what his schedule is going to be.
is coming up.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so-
I see. My book is due.
Oh.
My book is
Oh,
due on
whoops.
May 8th. That's like that's a big one. We're doing an event in Malone, New York. It's going to be a Wilder
right.
weekend in Malone, New York, July 24th through 26th.
And
this
won't
summer.
Charles Bloom be at that one as well?
Yes,
Pearly
Charles
Day
Bloom is
Wilder.
coming.
Early
Yes.
day.
Yes. Yeah, I think we're going to try and resurrect some music. And I
Yes.
think, Allison, you may be doing a show. And, so,
Yeah.
we're going to make a fun weekend out of it. I think people
when
have,
is that weekend?
no one's been, Lucy's been there before. Lucy Flippin's been there before, but really it's not because it's an Almanzo thing. It has not been widely seen by other members of the cast. This will be a nice gathering of cast
Dean,
to experience this.
I'm sorry, when did you say that was? In July?
July 24th through 26th.
I'm going to go to Burr Oak.
I might have to come to Malone, New York.
You should.
I think
I'm
you
gonna
should.
be there. It'll be fun.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Maybe
it's
we
about
could do
10
a
miles from the Canadian border.
Yeah.
Maybe we could, maybe we could do a podcast.
Well,
there.
I just looked at my calendar and it looked like my husband was planning on being in the Adirondacks during that time, which is
my God.
right there.
That's it.
So maybe we'll all go up and I'll that would be fun if we could do
It's
a podcast
about
there, too.
40 miles north of Lake Placid.
Yeah,
is
it's a great
where
area.
it is.
That's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Great. So once I get dates, I'll put them all in the show notes.
Okay.
Let's tentatively plan a Wilder family reunion podcast. And
and I think you can, people, as this gets it, I don't think it's been formally announced yet by them, but it's almanzowilderfarm.com, I think is the website for
Great.
Almanzo Wilder Farm. What's this happening? This is Almanzo's childhood home. I've been there many times. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very atmospheric. So I always recommend it to Laura aficionados.
For some
it's very
reason,
special.
Nellie Oleson is showing up at the.
Yes, exactly.
Well.
Because you always have to be where the action is.
It's true.
True. No, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you just have to be there. So what are we doing today?
Okay, so today we're taking a break from a recap because we're going to talk to a real person. Not only are we talking to a real person, we're talking to the real Percival in Nellie's life. We're talking to the one and only that loves Nellie Oleson unconditionally. Who could it be? Hint my t-shirt. But first, from UBN Go and Prairie Partners and visit seemivalley.com and of course our wonderful patrons on Patreon. This is a Little House on the Prairie 50th anniversary podcast. All right, we're back. And listen, fans have been wanting this episode since the beginning of the podcast. It is the most requested episode we've ever gotten, I believe, is they want to see this person. They want to hear from this person. He has become a legend. He has become a slogan, a meme, a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Indeed. His own legacy will endure. Dean, who are we talking about?
I'm actually going to save that for Allison to do that introduction, but I think what you've said as we start this is very true. I mean, he has become a fixture in the lore that surrounds all of us, certainly with the podcast, because you've taken full advantage of it. Yes. And this really launched, where this really kicked off. I mean, this relationship has been going on a long time, but this really happened, this meme moment happened at the 50th anniversary in Simi Valley.
Right.
So, Allison, why don't you introduce our special guest today?
Who I have managed to talk into doing this, and he's like, "Oh, it's Sock." Hi, how you doing? Hi there. That's
Sock Monkey.
Sock Monkey's here. All right. So, how many of you out there get the Nellie newsletter? You know who writes the Nellie newsletter, right? Okay. And so the person who manages to keep all of this information somehow together and write this epic Nellie newsletter, and the person who created the saga of Sock Monkey that's in the newsletter, and the man we all know is Bob Get the Wig. Yes, he's real. Yes, someone actually did marry Nellie Oleson, at least, thank heavens. And let's see, 32 years, so it's 33 this year. We'll be married 33 years.
But how long have you known each other?
I met him around 1986. So, it's our 40th anniversary when we met.
Oh boy!
I have to figure out like what day that actually is.
Bob's going, oh boy.
Good. So I have indeed, yes, yes, from straight out of Akron, Ohio. I have with me, yes, writer of the Nellie newsletter, the guy who had the nerve to marry Nellie Oleson himself. Yes, Bob Schoonover.
Yay, Bob.
There he is.
There he is with his signature, with the signature hat.
Fighting over pillows and things here. I said this is all very sort of John and Yoko in the bed kind of thing.
Yeah,
this
to
is,
love it.
Yeah, so why are you sitting in the spot you're sitting in? I'm curious.
This is Bonk because, well, normally we're out in the living room and I have this laptop set up with my microphone and lights. But you see, some of you on Facebook have been following my fabulous kitchen renovation. And today, the nice man is grouting. He's grouting the backsplash.
And painting.
The nice
And painting. I
man.
didn't know it was going to be so much painting. But
the
there's
nice
painting.
man.
So there's painting. There's one more cabinet to put up. The rest of the cabinets are done. The slidey drawers are in, and they're all done. And then the sink is done. But he has to grout the famous backsplash, the sort of mermaidy tail looking backsplash, and paint some things. So they're doing that. He said, "Can I come in on Monday and finish up this part?" And I went, "Uh-oh." So we're in the bedroom. We just packed the whole thing up and moved it to the bedroom. And so we're trying to like figure out how to sit on some pillows here and be in the shot. And we locked Roswell. We all love Roswell, but we did lock her in the bathroom because she would be like on the keyboard right now. Like, what is happening? Meow. And Morticia's actually, who normally doesn't want to be on camera, has been acting up quite a bit. So you might get a little black cat in this thing. We don't know. So we're sitting here semi-comfortably or not on the bed.
John and
we have
Yoko.
snacks and some leftover sushi and are just hanging out here. But we actually got Bob to do the show.
Yay.
So here he
Bob,
is.
thanks for doing the show.
Yeah.
And he has a
Thanks,
day
Bob.
President's Day. Got the day off from work because he never had. He's always working. You know, he's
Well,
always
that's right, because so we're recording our shows a little out of sequence. So yes,
is
we are a little ahead of the
President's
actual
Day, for
dates
those
here.
of you
So,
wondering.
but that's what's happening. Bob,
It's better. Good.
what is it? I'm just curious. In the big picture here, what's your recollection of what it's been, of how you stepped into the Little House world? Because you've had quite an adventure. Being married to Allison, you could not have an adventure. What's it been like being in our little world?
How'd you get shanghaied into this nonsense?
Well, I mean, it started, I think, I got shanghaied into doing things with you pretty quickly. I mean, we got together and she was doing the comedy stage at the Paramount backlot for APLA's big benefit.
The huge summer party. We produced the comedy stage. So I said, yeah.
She asked me if I wanted to do sound. I said, well, can I make it sound like rock and roll? And
Right.
she said, sure. So I did.
What does that mean? How do you make it sound like? Was it just loud or what?
Well, you go down there and you get the stuff that they picked out to rent you at the store, and you say, yeah, that's nice, but I'll have that instead.
See, it makes sense to stand-up
This goes
comedy.
to 11. That, yeah.
This is, yeah. Stand-up
Well-
comedy, it's for rock stars who can't sing. People wanted to be a rock star but couldn't sing, become stand-ups. So actually having a more rock and roll kind of feel comedy actually works.
Yeah,
And
Then I got that, and we rented that, and I augmented that with my own equipment.
because of course.
And
Because you're in a band, you've been playing music for
always.
years.
yeah,
It's a Catahoula, named after the state dog of Louisiana. And you guys, you did the whole thing, the Whiskey, the Roxy.
Whiskey Roxy, yeah,
Yeah,
Troubadour,
Yeah.
Wow.
BB Kings. We
BB
did
Kings.
Wow.
There's two.
You played,
Albums
just saying you
available.
played the Troubadour is like,
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Whiskey
huge.
a Go-Go, everything.
Wow.
That was great fun.
Couple of times.
I liked it. Yeah.
They're awesome.
We
And-
got 2 CDs.
You can get a CD. We have 2 CDs. I was so happy because we got to go to the Whiskey, and I've been. My first apartment when I was 17 was like across the street and down 2 blocks from the Whiskey. So yeah, I'm like, Whiskey Go, absolutely all the punk bands. I finally got at the age of got to walk up the stairs to the dressing room of the Whiskey and say, "It's okay, I'm with the band."
And she was carrying my guitar.
And carrying a guitar and
Yeah,
an amp.
she was a roadie, too. Yes, totally.
Roadie/groupie. It was awesome.
A groupie
When I
or a
got married, I
roadie?
needed a
A
roadie.
roadie and a groupie.
A groupie and
Or a
groupie.
gropey.
Yeah.
We
A groupie?
like if I'm doing my stand up, he's there. Like when we've done stand-up shows, if I use the wheelchair as a psych gag, that he'll put the wheelchair in the truck. We'll drive down to San Diego. It's a local show, so he supports me with that, and and does the thing. And then if the band was playing, I would be sitting in the back with the T-shirts and the CDs and get the drink tickets and get the.
Good
So
for you.
we back
Your
each other up on
your
this
team
stuff.
effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little like Charlotte Stewart and Michael Santos when they do the Little House shows and the Mineral shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jim goes.
And
Right.
that's pretty cool.
And
That's pretty
they're
cool.
a prime example of like what we're shooting for. Because
Right.
he'll have his gems and meteorites, and she's got her books and her beetle bags, and then it's when her show, he's got a little table with the meteor. So we try to do that, cross support thing here.
So, Bob, I think people really are fascinated to know this, because this has been a high demand program
Yes.
for us. What is it like to be married to the woman who was world famous as this iconic character, Nellie Oleson?
Well,
what is
iconic
that like?
villain.
Over, you got to sit up.
Iconic villain. Yes.
Yeah.
What is how does that occur for you?
It started out kind of weird, like when I first met her.
What a surprise!
Yeah.
Yeah. She volunteered to work on the hotline.
Oh, yeah, that's
And,
what we
you
met.
know,
Somewhere,
Okay.
all of my other volunteers came and said, "Oh, an actress is coming. You'll love her. She's on a Little House on the Prairie." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Can she answer the phone?" And and then it escalated from there. And she worked as a secretary for a while, and at the AIDS Project. And whenever there was a difficult call, she would give it to me. So we became friends.
Well, it was crazy because that's where we met. AIDS Project Los Angeles, because as you know, Steve Tracy, or Percival, died of AIDS in 1986. And when he got sick, I wanted to help. But he had his family was standing by him. He had people. And he'd signed up for every service and agency. So he had, Shanti and Angel Food, everybody coming to the door. So he said, but other people didn't. So I went and signed up at AIDS Project Los Angeles. And I signed up for everything, the food bank. And I wound up in the hotline training. And he was director of the Southern California AIDS hotline. But I worked the front desk when they said, well, the next class isn't open for blah, blah, blah. So I would work the front desk, which was supposed to be normal. But people would call the front desk sometimes with insane crises calls. And I would go, oh my God, Bob, are you upstairs? What do I do? And like, so it was hilarious.
So, Bob and Pamela, I'm sure you have questions here, but I just want to get some deep background here. So, Bob, what brought you into the AIDS hotline world? What's that story for you? Clearly, Allison has her story. It's Steve Tracy. That was the magnet for her. What was your draw?
Well, it started a long time ago. When I was in Akron, Ohio, I started to volunteer at a local drug abuse hotline.
Okay.
And I started working there, and I was a volunteer. And the training when I got there consisted of me sitting there for a couple of shifts, observing what happened, and then walking in one day and the phone ringing, and they go, well, that one's yours. And that was my thorough intensive training.
It's not good.
So,
I mean, they just threw it at you. They just said,
absolutely.
This is yours. Okay.
Which is why you created such a complicated training at APLA, because you went on.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as kind of revenge for that, I worked my way up and became their director of training, and we developed a training program and honed it and worked it out, and it was good. So then, time goes on, and I'm more interested in my music and all that, so I decide, well, I'm going to move to Los Angeles. I figure Los Angeles supports a lot of working musicians, and I can go. It'll be good.
Whiskey Go Go.
Yeah.
Of course, they broke my guitar on the plane, but we won't talk about it. So when I got here looking for a job, I found an ad in the paper saying the AIDS Project Los Angeles was looking for a hotline director. Well, that was my title when I was in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So I thought, this might even be meant for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So,
right.
Off we went, and I had a 2-hour interview with a couple of social workers, and twice in the interview they told me I was as nutty as a fruitcake. So I figured, well, I got this one.
You so don't occur that way. When you to meet you,
Quiet ones,
and
watching
spend time with you, you'd never say nutty as a fruitcake is never a descriptor I would use for you.
He is.
Intellectual, thoughtful, maybe a little quiet, but nutty as a fruitcake. Not it. So I mean, how does that present itself? I mean, are you nutty as a fruitcake?
Then.
And I was younger then. Enough said.
So and then I had an
Here's a
interview
band.
with the director of the project, who said, "I'm not allowed to ask you this, but how do you feel about working with gay people?" And I said, since I don't plan on having sex at work, I think we're fine.
Sure. Yep.
What a great answer.
Great, perfect answer.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's the thing. Is all his answers were like that. They're like, "Who are you, dude?
That's funny.
What is your?" We don't usually
I
get
think
this.
that's awesome. I think that's awesome. But,
And he put up with a lot because wasn't your first office before they gave you a real office in what had been a converted closet?
What do you mean converted?
Oh, still a closet. And so the har, hey Bob, he's in the closet. Yark, yark, yark. I mean,
Of course. Yes, you can imagine the mirth ensues on that.
So how
No,
long
no,
were
no.
you there before Allison showed up?
Oh, let's see. I started in
84?
Oh my gosh. So you were there at like the height of everything.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I showed up at 86. People go, "Oh, it's a big deal you volunteered at 86." I said, he'd been there since 84. You had to write a training. Did they have a training manual when you got there?
No, I took the training I did at the drug hotline, and it was kind of modular. I unplugged the
Adapted
drug
it,
stuff,
yeah.
plugged in the medical stuff, and off we went.
Yeah. So what was the source of your... If you're plugging in medical, you've got to have some background there. Is there background, or are you just a good researcher and you find these things?
A good researcher, and I use people pretty effectively. I find doctors who are willing to share their information, do lectures for my training classes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm there and I listen to all those lectures, and I talk to them in between, and they're on speed dial when I come up with something I can't answer.
Wow.
That's what the training was epic because it said, okay, this week's class is on blah, blah, blah. And with us is Dr. So-and-so from USC to explain to you blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
Right.
And at
Yeah.
that time, they were still discovering things too, I'm sure.
I can imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, when you first started, there wasn't a place, you couldn't send people to testing because there was no test and
test,
limited
no
treatments.
AZT,
Yeah, no
Nothing,
AZT
yeah.
even.
no services even.
It was
they didn't
such
even have
a-
a name for it yet.
Right.
They called it GRID.
Right.
Gay-related immune deficiency.
Right.
And when I got there, and as time went on and we started to get drugs, there was a whole book of like all the new prescription drugs, some that were currently in use, trying to be used, going to be used. And so someone would call and say, I just got on blah, blah, blah. I have no idea what this is. Nobody does what this is. I just got, and you go, hang on. You'd either look in the book or you'd ask D. Scott Raga. We had this one hotliner who memorized the entire prescription book. And so you'd have that info. But we had scary things then that you wouldn't have now. The list of dentists, all 6 of them in LA, who would touch anyone with HIV. The list of funeral homes that would touch anyone with HIV. I think there were 4. It was ridiculous.
It was
And
such,
that's not a thing now.
it
'cause people were
was
terrified.
such a cruel time. It was cruel. These poor people. And I mean, I just, I was a kid during this, but I remember it so vividly because it was so horrible how cruel people were. And everyone was so petrified and scared.
I think that's the
It was
point,
all
is that
fear-based.
People were terrified.
They were terrified. I mean, we did have people call and ask, am I going to get it from a mosquito? Am I going to get it off a doorknob and everything?
Toilet
and
seats,
we were
swimming in
very
the
well
same
trained.
pool.
So I would calm them down, but I do, if they called with something really silly, I had them laughing by the end of the call. I would kind of like
What a
get them going
surprise.
because I would try, and I would like the big one that we always like to say if someone started going on about mosquitoes is, "Sir, I'm sorry, but if you're having sex with mosquitoes, you have much bigger problems than we can help you with here." And so we say, no, we knock them down. We go, okay, here's the facts. This is the fluid. This is the thing. This is the thing. They go, oh, well, then that means I can't. Exact. Oh, we'd like talk them down. It was always talking people down off a ledge. Sometimes literally.
Yeah.
Usually just figuratively, but
I can imagine, yeah.
And he had a whole thing of a class on every possible. There was the bomb threat class. There was the death and dying class. It was.
I mean, Bob, it must have been, for both of you, it must have been amazing because the pool of knowledge on this is growing so rapidly.
Exponentially.
Yeah. So, I mean, to know what you could say or what you did say last week could totally change this week.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Or slight changes, subtle changes in,
Is that why you
what
had
the
a
guidance
newsletter?
is.
Well, we were hoping for changes.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I set it up was there was a clipboard hanging by the door, and I would do memos every day or whenever I needed them. And the rule of thumb was, if you haven't read the clipboard, you're not ready to answer the phone.
Yep. And it was a rule. It's like, you come in, did you read the clipboard? And because sometimes it's a new thing. Oh, we're doing what now?
Yeah.
And then also his memos were really funny. Your April Fool's Day memos on the clipboard were epic. Epic. But he would do, it was medical stuff, but there was always stuff about people on the hotline. There was always something funny. And the April Fool's one, there were like fake medical journal reports on completely bonkers things.
Seriously?
You got to have your gallows humor during.
Well, you have to, otherwise you wouldn't
Wow.
survive
Yeah.
that. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
There was
survive
something
that
about
job.
an Arctic mouse, some Arctic mouse, or it was just made no sense. It was You started reading it, went,
long time
yes,
ago.
this is very important, and what hey, Bob.
So,
It was a pretty serious time. I had volunteers who would quit the training to say, this has caused me to take a long look at my life and is seriously interfering with my quality of life, so I can't do this.
They could make it a trend.
yeah.
How many? They dropped out so often. Like our class, or class 30, everybody remembers their class number. I was class 32, and everyone who took the training can say I was 97.
wow.
They all know.
Wow.
But people would drop out. There would be like 30 of us, and they go, if 15 of you are here at the end, we'll be thrilled.
really? So, wow. So, I'm sorry. What was the attrition rate? Like,
It was a lot. What did you say? Because some classes more than others. but
50%?
People dropped out.
No, maybe out of 30 people, 4 or 5 wouldn't finish the training.
okay.
And then of that number, 2 or 3 of them would only last a couple of months on the hotline.
Right.
And there were
Right.
people who bailed day one. There were people who panicked.
Well,
and
I'm
we had an
sure.
extensive, let's say, interview procedure first. They had to sit down and talk to me for a while. And
Yeah.
I would gather like 45 applications, interview everyone, and of those, select the top 30 that I thought would be able to handle what we were
Wow.
doing. And we would go on from
Oh,
there.
and I didn't even get my interview with you. I had to interview with the other guy, Tom Mosley, who is 100 times meaner than anybody there. He gave me the mean guy to interview me.
Well, how perfect. You can handle the mean guy.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
What was he, 6'6"? I forget.
6'6". He was a dancer, and he was black and athletic.
Tall black dancer.
Really nice guy.
With a attitude for days, and literally took me into a room with a light bulb hanging from the ceiling, shut the door like I was getting the third degree, and goes, "Why are you here? Why do you want to be on the hotline?" Like this close to. I thought I'd been arrested. I was like, and interrogated me, and apparently I passed. And he's like, yeah, put her on the line. And Bob said, "Okay, she can come to class." She got locked in a room with Tom Mosley and lived.
You may not know this, but you were always one of his favorite
Oh,
volunteers.
yeah. Well, we did. We loved him.
Well,
so
how
much.
could you?
And
Yeah.
but he was a holy terror. And he was like, okay, she got locked in a closet with Mosley for an hour. I guess she can do anything.
What was the trajectory of the AIDS hotline? I mean, obviously there was a very huge window of importance, significance, and impact of this. What was the tracking on the time of this? Because obviously you're not doing this now.
Right.
What,
No.
Yeah.
What was the timing
Yeah.
Well, when I started in 84,
like? Right.
25 volunteers taking about 140 calls a month. When I left, we had 125 volunteers taking 4,000 calls a month.
Wow.
And that was in 93. But that was right at the point where things were shifting to where, you didn't have to go down the street to a phone booth anymore. You had it in your pocket.
Right.
right.
Information wasn't shared by phone as much.
Right.
There were
could go-
computers, there
you
were
could
a
get
lot of
online.
other ways to get information.
Yeah.
And things were also changing because now it was in the early 90s that the cocktail arrived, and nothing like that had existed before that could keep people alive
Right.
indefinitely. And just everything kind of went bing, 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 bing. So, and then they started doing it became like eventually a hotline, like online. It's all online now if you do any of that kind of stuff now. The olden days.
Yeah.
Wow.
So after doing all that, Bob, following Allison, joining with Allison as she is entertaining this Little House world, what's that like for you? I mean,
And
And also, did you know who she was?
Yeah.
Had you watched Little House on
Yeah.
the Prairie, did you have any idea of who she was?
This
Well,
is good.
I will confess, when it was on, I didn't do much watching of Little House on the Prairie.
Sure.
I would click. You had to click the dial back
Yes.
then.
If you
Right.
had a
Turn,
remote,
turn,
we
right.
did not even have a
Right.
remote in my
Yeah,
house.
yeah, yeah.
You had to
70s
get up
I think there
and
were remotes back then. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I would be clicking along, and I would find Little House on the Prairie, and I'd go, cute girls, and then I'd click past, and I'd go to
Charlie's
Baba
Angels.
Black Sheep.
Baba Black Sheep. You watch
Oh,
Baba Black Sheep?
Oh, my wife Catherine was on Baba Black.
Oh, there you go. Yes, I
Yeah,
heard.
there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was not a bonnet head at all.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all. Like
yeah.
what? Yeah.
So when we get together, I'm realizing I'm going to be immersed in this Little House on the Prairie world,
Yeah.
which anyway.
And what's
It
the
probably
immersion
also-
like? What's the takeaway for you?
And
as
it
you
also
think
probably
about the
worked in
Little
your
House
favor
world.
that you did not watch Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. Now that's the thing. I had to make a point of dating people who did not watch the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Because they either were terrified
Yes.
of me and didn't want to go out with me,
Yeah.
or they were really weird and like wanted me to wear the wig or something.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't. And then he got excited to meet my mom because my mom, all the cartoon voices.
I had to get her autograph.
Because he
Yeah, of
found out
course.
my mother was Sweet Polly purebred underdog's girlfriend.
no, that's
and she had to
awesome.
come down to the hotline and give him an autograph. So that's what he cared about. But we were friends during all this. It was
Right.
it's when Harry met Sally. It's the
Yeah.
whole when Harry met Sally.
Right. So
we
how
were
long?
friends.
How long were you friends before you realized it was something more?
About 7 years.
Yeah, we got married, 93?
93. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you came to the hotline in like 86?
86,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
we were friends that we were everywhere. We were on panel discussions like, okay, UCLA, blah blah blah, Dr. So and so, Bob Schooner over the hotline, Allison Arger, blah, 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 blah. So that was like the panel. So we were constantly around, but we were friends. And then we didn't go on a date until March 31st of 1993.
Yep.
And then
But who's
how?
keeping exact track?
I know.
Man, that's wow.
And then how soon after were you married? After that?
Okay, we went out on a date in March, moved in together in
June.
June.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got the marriage license in September.
Wow.
Barely got the marriage license. He says, getting divorced, and it's the whole thing. And it was supposed to be, they said, it'll be done end of September, like October 2nd. And we were set the wedding for November. And so we said, November's fine. And then it didn't show up.
Oh God.
And it was so bad that the Reverend Steve Peters, who did our wedding, said, well, I've been doing Holy Unions, because remember there was no gay marriage then. I would do a Holy,
Right.
I got the Holy Union paperwork in my back pocket so I can give you guys. So I said, we're going to have like a gay, we're going to be gay married. And so he said, I got the Holy Union in the back pocket if we have to, if you don't have the paperwork yet. So then I just went downtown. And I said, what? And they said, oh, no, of course, it's been done months ago. It's been sitting in a drawer. No, you've been divorced for months. It's fine. It's been sitting in a drawer. We didn't mail it. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And then they got it out and they stamped it. So the ink is wet on the stamp. And I say, thank you. Now, which way to the
marriage license.
Yes.
That's
Like,
amazing.
still ink on the divorce thing, which shouldn't have been because it was, but yes, so it was hilarious. So that's how fast that was. And then we got November 6th. It was.
Wow.
It was like whoosh.
Quick, but not quick. Right. Because it was 7 years
Yeah.
of friendship. And then.
Right.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
It was I could have had a V8 experience. We had gone through all these relationships, friends, and then we finally go out and go, oh my God, we're like idiots. Why have we not?
Yeah, so did it never occur to, was there ever a moment where it even occurred to one of you? Like, nothing until all of a sudden, boom?
I almost went to her first wedding.
Yeah, he
I was
always
invited.
Oh yeah, this is.
And I was living with my girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
So, this was...
Yeah. He thought it was cute, but it wasn't like a thing. But like, no, nothing.
But then time goes by, and she's in the middle of a divorce,
Yeah.
and I'm dumping my girlfriend because she was actually crazy.
Well,
She was actually crazy.
Actually, not like this one.
not good crazy, bad crazy. Yeah.
Actually crazy. Yeah, wow.
I'm lucky to get out alive, so...
That's one of the games we used to play when we first started going out. We had a game we called Who's a Bigger Idiot? where we would tell the war stories from our relationships gone wrong and things we believe that we had been told by our exes that turned out to like be massively not true. You know how that is. That
Is there
happens
anything you
sometimes.
can talk about? I mean, like what? Like what stuff?
It was just like okay, this is so dumb. He once told me, blah, blah. You believe that? I did. Oh, no. And you go, wait, I gotta go. She told me that. No. And like tell each other stupid things that towards the end, when things get really bad and your ex is like lying to you and doing terrible things, when they lie to us, and that we were so devoted and innocent that we attempted to believe what they had said. And so we played a game called Who's the Bigger Idiot, and that we weren't going to have to do that anymore because we were married to people who would lie to us and do terrible things.
Wow.
Well,
We both had kind of been through it. Let's just say.
Yeah.
We both had very long lives.
Yeah.
And had been through the mill and up and under the bridge and over it. So we were like,
Well, and I firmly
you
believe
want to get married?
that all of those experiences and all those people in your life are there to teach you something about yourself, so that you don't repeat same mistakes, so that you break certain patterns. So by the time you're at that place where everything is good and solid, you attract the person you're supposed to be attracting, right? Like you attract the person that it's the law of attraction. You attract, the vibe attracts the tribe, right? So I think it's really very
you've
cool.
learned what you don't need around you,
right.
and you're also you're able to see what's good.
Right.
But that's what worked. It's like, it wasn't, young kids romance.
Right.
It was two people who'd already been through it
Right.
and been like beaten with a shovel. And then a romantic meeting, slogging through it on the hotlines, talking about disease and death all day.
Yeah.
Good times. But, and then we had at least the summer party fundraisers. Those were fun. And so that's a hell of a way to like come up to a relationship. So there's not a lot of like illusions.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Right.
And as we said, we got all the small talk out of the way. I guess we can get married. So
Yeah, totally. I remember when I was first dating my husband, I had a slight private panic moment, because it felt so grounded. Like it felt so...
It scared you.
It scared me for a minute. Like I legitimately had a moment of like, wait, do I actually like him? Or do I just think that I like him? Because this is so normal, and I feel so at home, that it didn't feel like any of the other relationships I had been in, which were, like the high, those peaks and the valleys, This one was just so that I had a moment of like, oh wait, what's going on? Yeah.
Well, and there were people who didn't think we should get married, which is freaking hilarious. It'll never work, and which is funny because other people were like, "Oh, yes, this is fine," and then it was like, "Oh no, you're rushing into things." Bob Schoonover, what are you two doing together? No, except for my father of all people.
Oh, really?
Who thought it was a great idea. He was like Charles with Almanzo. He was like he talked about us moving in together, and I said, we just started dating. Good heavens, we haven't even been to the movies. And my father said something like, so take in a couple of flicks. And then he's like, I was like, why did he suddenly like he knew? Certain people knew.
Well,
and then other people were like, I don't get it.
I don't know if you have this. I definitely have this, where I can intuitively sense when it's the person or not.
Right.
I've had girlfriends that have been dating, and I intuitively was like, nope, they're not. And they thought they were the one, and I was like, he's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And unbeknownst to them, and then the relationship wouldn't work, and they'd be devastated. And then the second it was the right person, the first time I meet them, I'm like, that's him. He's here. That's the guy. And it's I don't know, but your father obviously felt that.
He totally knew. He totally knew. He's like, because they were moving. He's like, you should move into the house. I'm like, move it. We're not even moving into it. Well, yeah. Technicality. It was like so crazy. It was but people knew. And then, when we first started going out, let's say, it was very Percival and Nellie. It was a love match, and that's why there were also people going, "Oh, you're just on the rebound. All of this mad pash, ridiculous! Don't be ridiculous. You can't get married." And 32 years later, ha ha ha.
I think it's great that you've. It's great that you found each other. For all of the, Allison, you're such a presence in our world, and you have such this enormous, expansive personality that just sort of goes out and with force and touches people. I always wonder always wonder what it's like when the doors close and the show stops.
Yes.
What is that like? Because you've got to shut it down sometime. You have to.
Naps.
Take a lot of
You
naps.
take naps.
I take naps. I can't deal. I'm going to bed. It's like I give up and go to bed. And he's like, fine, I'll take the couch. I'll see you later. I mean, sometimes we just get exhausted and burn out. We're just like,
Yeah.
whatever, man.
Well,
Yeah.
you've done exceptionally well with each other. I mean, Bob, you're involved in a project now that is really going to transform the way people travel
Yep.
in and out of Los Angeles. Just very
Absolutely.
quickly, tell us about that project, because anyone who comes to Los Angeles is going to interface with this.
Sure. Everybody has seen my work, you know.
Yes.
I'm part of a joint venture of several huge construction companies, and we are building the automated people mover at LAX. The whole system of trains and trams and things that get you in and out of the airport.
It's incredible.
So you won't any longer have to drive into that mess of an airport.
Around.
You can pull up at one of the places outside, take your luggage upstairs, and the tram comes by like every 5 or 6 minutes. And that's just about to open.
Is it really? So, I mean, I guess as I've
been
looked at
working on
all
it
this,
for
because,
years.
you know, as you've been going in, as all of us have been going in and out of LAX for years, you see this thing growing.
Yes.
So now, is it actually functioning yet, or is testing, or is it actually running now?
Well, it's testing.
Okay.
It's testing and
Running
trains are
testing.
running
Right.
successfully, you know.
Okay.
Of course, our new CEO of my personal company arrived for a test drive, and tram decided not to work that day.
course.
Perfect.
Of
Of
course.
course. Perfect.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Of course.
Classic. It's like, oops.
But, you know, it's $1 billion project, and we've been working on it forever.
What's forever? What are we talking about?
I mean,
decade?
since I've known you, right?
Has it been a decade?
At least a decade.
It's been a really long time. Yeah.
It was supposed to have been done 2 years ago.
So
Gotcha.
So I started working on it, I think, oh, geez. That's hard to remember.
it was you were
Yeah,
already there a long
years.
time when the pandemic hit. So that's 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
were already there a long time and that was so crazy because like, do you still have a job? He's like, "Ooh, I got declared an essential worker." Yay!
Yeah.
I still have the memo I had to carry with me to prove I was essential.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, no, 10, 15 years. Well, what were you doing? You were at Balfour Beatty before that, and you got your, how many was that? Your 15, 20-year pin?
Just 25, I think.
20-year pin, something somewhere. Yeah,
so-
decades, forever.
So, Bob, what do you actually do for this as part of this
No,
project?
actually.
What is your
How
job?
do you do all day?
I'm not telling. Oh, no.
He
I
could
do a
tell
lot
you,
of
but then he'd have to
paperwork.
kill you. Yes.
Yes, right. We'll have to kill all of you now. So,
My sense of it's always been you're a problem solver. You're a think tanker. You're figuring out how to do something that maybe hasn't been done before.
well, I'm basically I'm the assistant to the regional director of a $1 billion construction company.
Who's
And
a really
we're
nice
working
guy.
on
We
this
like him.
project, and I do a lot of things: payroll, submittals. As the project was coming along, they sent me over to help him out on the project, and my first assignment was get familiar with the project and see what's needed. You know, so if they needed help with submittals, I would do that. If they needed help with payroll, I would do that. Whatever needed to be done, I would do it. And the thing I like about my work is I'm not stuck doing the same thing every day.
Right.
If I had to do payroll every day for the rest of my life, I would just
Yeah.
go nuts, you know.
Yeah.
But it's something new, and we're developing new systems now. There's new pieces of software I got to learn.
Whole new stuff.
It's fun actually.
And they like him, and he gets like raises and stuff, and he got a pin. He got a pin. at the Christmas
Imagine
party.
that.
Like he gets raises and stuff.
You know, it's hard for actors. Listen. It is hard for actors to imagine what that's like to be
And
like
health insurance.
I have a
Yeah.
job where I get
Killer-
raises, and I do
Killer
well, and-
health insurance.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So-
great?
Yeah.
It's a
Isn't
great
that
job.
great?
Now you did get dragged into this prairie thing pretty hard. Okay, so
Yeah.
I made you watch an episode right before we went to.
Yes, when did
we
you
went to
first start
Sonora
watching it?
in 90 something when we did
Oh.
that first film festival.
Up in Sonora.
Tuolumne.
And it was all about the Lord is my shepherd. So I said, okay, we're going. Whole cast is going to be there. You should have seen an episode or two. They're all going to be talking about this one. Because here, watch this one. And I sat him down and said, this is Lord is my shepherd with Ernest Borgnine. And what did you say?
How do you people stay awake to film this?
Wow.
I said, okay,
Not a fan.
So you got a little ahead of it, Bob?
I think so.
And then it's like, there's other episodes, and then like you watch some of the funny ones, some of the very funny.
Oh no, I've seen a lot of them now. I enjoy it
now we've seen them all.
tremendously.
You like
But
that
that
one?
first exposure, what?
Was the one where the lady fakes her death with Doc Baker and everything? The old lady.
Oh,
Yeah,
If you should wait before if I should wait before I die, or you should, it's
I like that one.
lovely
and
episode.
I find it
actually.
interesting that the first episode you showed him was not a Nellie episode.
Well, I had to get him ready for the thing, and then he started watching Nellie episodes, and that was good because at one point I turned, and he looked and went, "Oh, I've seen that look," and so it's like you understood.
Yeah.
And then who you like? Nels and Doc Baker.
Oh yeah, Nils and Doc Baker. I like them.
He likes the guys,
And I got to meet him in person, so
Yeah.
like them
right.
too.
So
Yeah.
curious though, what was when you first saw Allison then in these curls and this horrible villainous character? What was your takeaway from that? What did you think? Wow, she's a great actress, obviously, because she's not anywhere close to that in real life. But did you understand the lore around her after you started watching these shows?
Well, once I got into it and started watching them and read some of the background and some of the books, yeah, I kind of got it then.
So what happened when you called your parents to tell them you were getting married?
Oh, we decided to get married, so I thought, well, I was a avowed lifelong bachelor to my parents. And, so it's time to let them know. So I called home. My parents live in Ohio, rural Ohio, kind of. So I called and I get them on the phone. They're both on the phone. They haven't heard from me. And so I said, well, I got some news for you, guys. And okay, well, what's that? Well, I'm going to get married. So right away, you can hear my mom and the rosary beads in the background, and it was kind of cool.
She's calling the puppets.
So then, well, that's nice. Is she nice? Yeah, she's very nice. Well, what does she do? She's an actress. Oh, she's an actress. Has she been in anything we've seen? I'm like, yeah, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, really? Well, who did she play? She was Nellie Oleson in Little House on the Prairie.
Silence.
You could have heard a pin drop. Complete, utter silence for a long time.
The line is dead.
And then my father finally said, she's not like she was on the show, is she?
Yes.
Wow.
They went from, Little House on the Prairie, he's getting married. Where's about to? Hello?
Are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
Okay. So when
she's awful. That's why I'm marrying her. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, of course, right. And then they met you and they loved you and everything was good.
And then they found out I could cook. They came to the house and I made spaghetti and meatballs and they went nuts.
But when your friends were meeting Allison at first, when you were, first together, knew that you were getting married, I mean, how many people in your circle knew of Allison? Or did not many, because you weren't in a circle that was watching Little House on the Prairie?
That helped.
My recollection is that not many did.
They weren't. So
on occasion, someone did.
Yeah.
There were some very extreme reactions in some cases.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to one of my office Christmas parties.
People. Oh, some of the work people.
Oh, it was a friend's office Christmas party, and they invited us, so we went.
That was that Mexican restaurant?
Yeah. I
Oh,
think.
dear. Yeah.
And one of the receptionists who worked for their company was a complete and total Little House on the Prairie fan.
Oh.
I did not know that.
You found out.
She lost her little mind. She started screaming and running around in circles.
Do you remember Let's Make a Deal when people would
Yes.
go nuts and jump
my
up and
God.
down?
Yes,
She
of course.
turned into that.
Yeah,
started
yeah.
screaming and jumping up and down and run like a little wind up doll that had lost its way, just in circles in the middle of this huge Mexican restaurant with like hundreds of people going.
And that girl was me. No, that would have been me.
Like, and Bob's like, okay, and I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? We just wait for it to stop. I don't know.
No, they got security and
They calmed her. They said you have to stop, and she calmed down, and eventually did sit down and have a margarita and eat, and she was okay. But and I was used to this sort of thing, and he
Right.
thought it was like funny as hell. Now he has been great with comebacks to like Cuckoo Fan, Killer Shrimp. So we're at Killer Shrimp. And just hanging out and eating. And as we're leaving, I go to the ladies' room, and he's waiting for the valet. And what did that woman come up and say?
I was waiting for you to get out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And the waitress came up and said, "Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "No, who is it?"
We've been eating there. We were there for 2 hours, stuffing our face shrimp, and they'll be like, we don't know who.
And she's like, "It's from Little House on the Prairie." I'm like, "Oh no, really? Whoa!" Just went on and on until she came out of the restroom, of course.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
And then she's like, wait, you guys. We're like, yeah. Yeah. But he would pull stunts like that. What was the one you said I needed to come back with other actors? Do you still speak to the other actors? No, I didn't speak to them then. Why would I start now? I should start like that. And they still won't listen. And like this, to start making. That was a good one. He was
You
just
still speak to them? I do, and they still won't listen.
He's just like start making stuff up because of course, he was there. Some of the famous autograph show moments, like when the woman said, "I forgive you."
Yeah, right.
And
Oh,
That's
you were
awesome.
there for that.
That's an awesome
Oh,
he was
wow.
sitting right next to me when that woman did that, and that's when he's like,
So
"We
that
gotta
actually
bring
did happen. Yes.
He's
Yeah,
like,
so
"We got to
you've
bring the camera."
You've seen it all. We should take a quick break, and then I want to
Okay,
talk
okay.
very quickly about fan experiences that you have been witness to.
Yes, he
So,
has.
okay,
He has.
we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary podcast is presented in part by VisitSeneValley.com. In the movie and television capital of the world, Simi Valley is the television home of the OG Little House on the Prairie television series, and people come to Simi Valley from all over the world to feel the Little House love. Simi Valley is the home of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, celebrating the legacy of an iconic American who embodied the can-do spirit of California. Visit Simi Valley, a warm, friendly community that knows how to make their guests feel welcome. Accessible and affordable, Simi Valley is a great place to live and a great place to start your next California adventure. Simi Valley is hometown America in the Los Angeles Basin. For more information about your Simi Valley visit, go to visitsemivalley.com.
All right, we're back.
He's been there. He has been there forever.
Yeah,
Yes,
you must
all
have
of it.
seen
Yes.
all of it. Are there any standout moments for you in the Prairie Fandom universe that you will never forget?
Well, now, we'd mentioned being in Tuolumne up there, and they were doing the autographs up there, and
Oh my God.
I noticed there was one young woman at the end of the line, and we knew they were going to cut the line off and weren't going to get to everyone.
Lunch thing.
Once they did, she had a complete meltdown. She broke down in tears, was sobbing in the corner. So I got a hold of her, and I said, "Come with me. She should just come with me." And we snuck around to find out where everyone was having lunch, and I took her in so she could get her autograph.
Wow.
Because she was just
Wow.
shaking and crying. It was hysterical. So that was the weekend you learned. Yeah, you started bringing Kleenex, and he was calming people down and making sure Kleenex was on the table because we had so many criers that weekend, and people were
And then-
shaking, and so he's like, "Calm down." It's okay,
One
it's okay."
time in Walnut Grove, there was a stalker who
Oh my God.
wanted to get on the bus and talk to Nellie, but
He was going to get on the bus with us.
he couldn't get through the door, and I was the door.
Oh,
So-
wow.
But also, you were so funny about it. What did you say? It was so insane because this guy, okay, he was just over enthusiastic. Turned out he wasn't a murderer or anything. He had some box, he needed a little box autograph for his daughter, and he just had lost his tiny little mind. And it was time to go to lunch, and so we'd all got on the bus, and he was like, he'd been creeping around. We're like, who is this guy? Why is he being so weird? And then he just ran. He just like ran at that bus, and security they thought, well, we're done. They're
on
lunch.
the bus.
They're on the
They're
bus.
safe.
Everyone's fine. And they'd started to walk away. So the guys in t-shirts are going, oh my God, what is happening? And I see them all start to book, but it's too late because this guy is right there and he is hitting that door and everything. And Bob stands at the door and he actually looks at him and says, as if speaking to a small dog, no. And like he stopped.
That's great, Bob.
No.
Yeah, so note to fans everywhere, please don't do stalking. Don't stalk. Bob is going to be there to stop you every time.
Security came and they calmed him down and we got him sorted.
I always go for the simple solution. Like one time we were driving home between airport flights, going up outposts, and we noticed that there was a car with the engine running and rags stuffed in the windows.
Yes.
And a hose running from the tailpipe into the car.
And we realized, to our horror, someone was indeed trying to take their own life right in front of us. So we're like, whoa, back up. So we're like, oh my God, 911. So yeah, we're calling the cops. Get in the car. What do we do?
So I get out of the car with the flashlight. First thing I do is I take the hose out of the tailpipe.
Window, yeah.
No, just out of
Just
the
the
tailpipe.
Tailpipe, sure.
Nobody knew anything.
He didn't
about
have to
it.
disturb her. Nothing.
Right,
and it was great. So the cops are like, is she in a garage? No, they're not in a garage. They're on the street. On the street? Oh my God. Can you break the window? Bob goes, I'm not going to break the window. I just took the hose out of the pipe. What are you talking about? Break the window. She's fine. And
Simple
so
is
we
better.
interrupted the whole thing and the police came.
Wow.
And as far as I know, she may still be with us. But boy, she sure as heck survived that night, whether she wanted to or not. We weren't having it. But yeah, he didn't break a window. He didn't yell. He didn't scream. We were calling the police and the paramedics. He just went,
Boop.
dink.
Yep.
Party's over.
Just
Yep,
take
you're
the
living
drama-
tonight.
Take the drama away and just solve the problem. Good.
And
good
that's-
for you, Bob. That's you. That's
the technique. That's the technique.
yeah.
Yeah.
So has the fandom? I mean, I know you're used to it now. This is not the first time at the rodeo, but at first, were you really surprised by the intensity of the fandom? Like, especially for someone who had never watched the show before. Like, this was not in your scope, in your worldview at all.
Yeah, and it's not like something like I don't get nuts over people. They're actors. I enjoy their work, but
Right.
I don't go nuts.
You don't go to cons.
right.
He wasn't going to comic book cons or fan cons.
Right.
Like,
So I was
Good for you.
quite startled at the intensity of a lot of people. The people in the lines who would be crying, and the people in the lines who would be shaking
physically.
to actually be able to touch someone.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But after a few autograph shows, I got used to that.
Yeah.
We'd go to things, and we first started going to these autograph shows. There wasn't much enthusiasm. There were the Ray Court shows, and
Back
you
in
would
the
sit
day.
there and just sign a few autographs. But
We used to have lulls. You had a moment, you had a break.
Right. So over the years, it's
back in the-
only
yeah.
intensified. It has not died
Because
out
in the
at all.
90s, even Comic Con wasn't Comic Con
No,
yet.
right.
And things were not as they are, and there weren't half these autograph shows. It wasn't a thing. And people were very small. So we'd go to the Beverly Garland. And
Yes.
you'd hang out, and you'd talk to your friends, and you'd have a flurry of activity, and then you kind of hang out, and you go get a sandwich, and it was like, what? And the idea of being mobbed didn't really, and then it started to escalate. And then around the 40th, things started to get nutty. And then they just...
Is
as
around
we
the
led up to the 50th,
is
everybody
that
lost
when the
their mind.
DVD set was around the 40th when the
DVDs?
DVD set? So do you think that
It
was
was
far out?
It was remastered in 2014.
Boom.
Oh.
Because the
Current one, it was
DVD...
the first one, I did bonus content for one that came out in 2006.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
The covered
Yeah,
wagon
the French
version
ones.
of it. I did all the
The
bonus
I'm a Vision, the French, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was some early DVDs and a lot of the cables in the 90s. I started getting recognized more as that, and then it started to
interesting.
escalate. And as we got into the fourth, then at some point everybody just lost their damn mind.
When
Here
do
we
you
are.
think that? I mean, Dean too. Like, when do you think the notch up happened in terms of the intensity of the fandom?
I think the 40th anniversary.
Because what did we do at the 30th? Nothing. There's
Nothing.
no 30th anniversary. Like nobody
Yeah,
cared.
yeah,
It was 30 years
No,
ago.
I
Like
think the
nothing.
40th was a real turning point on this.
That Walnut Grove gig, we
Yeah.
did the Walnut Grove. Because I have the picture that
You did the
was
Today Show.
Right.
I had that photo that Crazy
amazing.
Frederic
It's
took.
amazing.
It's so
Yeah.
gorgeous. This French guy took, and where I came out the door and I'm doing this. I'm like Mussolini or something, and they went crazy, and we were like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah, so was that a total surprise to you guys, of just like, whoa, what is happening? Were you aware of like something is happening?
Something was in the air. Something
Yeah.
was in the air. Something was happening. More people recognized, escalating, and then everything just kind of went blue-y.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been a remarkable ride. I mean, Allison, you've been with it, right from the very beginnings of all of that. I've said this for years. You have been the welcome wagon on this, and you have, or Bob, you either enrolled yourself or you were enrolled to be, to create this newsletter and to grow that awareness that way. You really have been a wonderful team on this.
Yeah.
The first thing he did that was dreadfully clever was, I was,
Dreadfully
handing out
clever.
autograph pictures. He said,
Yeah.
we should put something on the back of the photo, because then how do people reach you, and the phone numbers or agent. A little sticker, just use it, just an address label, but make a thing, blah, blah, website, blah, blah, phone number, blah, blah, where to
You
get
actually provide
fan
a
mail,
phone number.
where to get contact, well, agent,
Yeah.
whatever,
Okay.
but contact, some kind of contact info, where to write, where to get hold, and stickering the photos is still a ritual where you must sticker the photos, and
All
put
of
the
them,
sticker on the back. And it worked, because there was somebody who wanted to get in touch with me for like an independent film. He said, I was at somebody's house at a cocktail party, and they had the little Nellie on the fridge, and I said, wow, I want to meet her. He said, oh, well, her info's on the back. So totally. But he invented the pocket Nellie. Why did you invent the pocket Nellie?
We would be standing in line to go somewhere, and someone would recognize her, and she would end up signing a wet cocktail napkin or something.
Arms.
Just falling apart, Right.
Right.
So I thought if I had something I could put in the pocket of my jacket, it would be great. So we picked the most horrendous face she ever made. And
That one.
That one.
That's the one.
The one.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
that's on the tote bag that everybody wants. And
Yeah.
just a
It's
little
an iconic look. It's just
and it fits in the
incredible.
jacket,
This one.
and also for that one.
That's it. There you
Like a
go.
chocolate
And a
with, or
little
whatever
tiny
stain
die.
that just got on it, yes.
Small enough sticker information back, and it also we were getting, for some reason, everyone was emailing. They were mailing fan letters from all over the world. The Germans would send really small self-addressed envelopes. Why? I do not know. But
Postage
this
is
fit.
cheap or expensive.
This fit.
Yeah.
You couldn't send them an 8x10 unless you used your own envelope, but this would fit. So it fit in a tiny envelope, and it fit in his pocket. So no matter where we were, in line at a movie, wherever, where you didn't have anything with you, nothing.
So each photo starts with 2 stickers, one about getting in touch with her, one about getting the newsletter. It's a blank space in the middle. And if there's an event she's going to go to do, we make up special stickers
Promos.
and stick her a bunch of them, and she can go out a night or two before the gig and pass them out.
Oh, for the stand-up shows, we'd get a whole batch of them, and he'd run off a sticker that would say 8:30 at the Red Room, blah, 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 the address and where to get tickets, and slap that. And then I'd go out to the bars, like the night before the show, and sign autographs for people with the ticket information on the back.
No, I mean,
Smart.
You two have really, you've really made this. You've organized it in a way that you've generated an audience, and the two of you. I mean, the two of you have been hugely responsible for, or enormously helpful at the very least, in making it possible for all of us to be out there to do things.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you said this month was a little short, and it's 7 pages, the newsletter, and he said it's a little light this month. It's nothing.
Oh,
Sorry.
So before
yeah,
we
sorry,
go,
yeah.
Go to next month.
before we go, 2 things. Tell us about the newsletter and how people can get on it. And then we told this story at the very practically beginning of when we started the podcast, but we need to recap the story of Bob Get the Wig. So yes.
Very good.
From Bob himself. So first tell us about the
newsletter.
newsletter and how do you get on the newsletter? How do you get the newsletter?
Well, send us an email or a Facebook message or something saying, I want the Nellie newsletter.
And with your email address.
And,
And what email are they sending it to?
Oh, at this point, all of them, but loose.
Facebook pages,
Loose
Loose Gravel Prod
Yeah.
at AOL.com.
AOL.
There you go.
Allison Arngrim.
It'll all be in the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, loose gravel.
Yeah,
The loose gravel prod at AOL is the easiest, and then there's three of them, and all of them will get it eventually. But if you tell us and you give us your email address,
And then I will add you to the list, and you will get one of these once a month, and no more than once a month, except on Christmas Eve. It's a special message. So,
get a Christmas.
there you go.
Isn't that great, Bob?
I
If you
get
ever
them
want to know
every
what
month.
I'm doing on Christmas Eve, you'll know.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so-
and we include Prairie Tidbits. We include everything about the cast. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's on my dates.
Well,
on
you're
this-
helping
we'll say,
everybody. Yeah.
Carla's
Yeah.
over here, and Dean's doing this. We plug everybody's stuff.
Yeah. No, you're fantastic with all that.
all right, so let's
So we
skip
were-
to the 50th anniversary
Sini
in
50th.
Sini
We're at the
Valley
Sini
and tell us
50th.
the story, the Genesis story
We were
of Bob
done.
Get the Wig.
It was all over. It was Sunday, and we were all freaking
We've been
exhausted.
there
We're
for
going to
what, 3
die.
days?
Yeah,
we
3
moved
days.
in Wednesday night
it
or
would be
Thursday. It was
nonstop.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thousands of people.
18,
Yeah.
18.
And she would have to go do things, and I would have to entertain this unruly crowd as they wanted to get her autograph, but she wasn't even there.
Yep.
So I would entertain them, and we would have
Tell
fun.
stories.
So
Have them going.
it was, and then we would go home to the little hotel room, and then restock, restack, reorganize all the photos and stuff
God.
to go back to it the next day.
We'd have some Chinese food, pass out, get up.
Yeah.
It was the
So,
craziest 3 days of my life. Yes, for sure.
And then who was there?
And we were, so then the whole thing where Jonathan shows
yeah,
up, and
yeah.
that all hell breaks loose, right?
Yeah.
So end of the day, we've
And-
loaded the car. There's almost not room for me to sit.
I was there. I was next to you guys when this was happening. I was
Yes.
next to
You
you in the
sure are,
parking
Craig?
lot. Yes.
Did
And
you?
we were ready to go
Yes,
home,
I was
but
there.
we said, let's go back and say goodbye to
Because
everyone.
we were going to say bye to Olin and everybody. That whole gang were there wrapping up, and we went. Would you go say bye? We walk in, and the lights are low, and everyone's being really weird and quiet. And we said, what's going on? They went, it's Jonathan. Jonathan is changing. I said, changing into what? What are you talking about?
A butterfly, I don't know.
And Lord help me God, if Jonathan Gilbert doesn't come out around the corner in full Willie Olson getup. And I mean, he's a tall drink of water
Yeah.
now, big grown man. And he has somehow gone and found the red check shirt.
Yeah.
He's got the pants that only go to his knees
Yep.
and the little socks with the garters. He's the whole thing down to the shoes. It's insane.
Yep.
He's got the hat and his long hair flopping everywhere. And he's in Willie dress, and we gasp, and he starts taking pictures in the mercantile. And I go, oh my God, and I realize there's only one thing to do. And I said, Bob, get the wig.
And I'm kind of like, oh man.
Yeah, because he's exhausted.
It's in the bottom of everything in the truck.
Oh my God.
Went out to the truck.
And then she again says, Bob, get the wig.
we
wig.
must get the wig. And you went to the car.
And I went to the car.
And this
I got the wig.
we had just been given
Hold it
this
up so people
particular
can see it.
wig.
That's awesome.
It's not my regular. This was a gift
That
that
wig
we
is
were
gorgeous.
given at the
Yeah.
weekend with the biggest bow in the world
And the curls.
and the curls and it's all there.
Oh my God, that
And
wig is
so-
insane.
Exactly. And because we were just been given this enormous, insane, wait, there's a lot of pits. I'm putting it on. Hang on. There it is. And there we go.
I'm not
There we
putting it
go. Yeah, you are not putting this on. No. And so then I said, okay. And I did this. And then I simply walked on over into the mercantile where Jonathan was in Willie Drag. And we had not discussed this. I did not
No.
know he was going to do that. And we still didn't. I marched up in this and I just stood there and he went. And then we got next to each other at the mercantile and I picked a peppermint stick and he went. And he picked up a peppermint stick and we started vamping and taking pictures. And then we picked up the ledger and he went, yes. And we looked at the ledger and he said, our parents have left us the store. We've left a lot of money. And we just went into the frickin' zone of this thing. And then we went over to the schoolhouse. Again, no words were spoken. We'd look at each other. He'd hand me a book. We'd nod. And we just did this insane psychic weirdo performance and got the best pictures ever. And this is the wig that Bob went and got. And it's become a thing, Bob.
Now I was in the parking lot, also about to go home, and when I say we were exhausted, we were exhausted. painful exhaustion. And Jonathan is next to me. His car is next to me, and he's rummaging through his trunk. I'm like, what is he doing? And he pulls out the outfit, and I was like, oh, he's going cosplay right now. And I was like, guess I'm turning back and going inside. Which I did. Because I was like, damn it. Oh, and it was worth it. It was just incredible. It was insane.
It was so insane. And after that day, get the wig. Yeah, it stuck.
It's stuck. It's the best catchphrase ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
You do not
it encapsulates the fandom, the excitement of it. It's just perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Bob,
you are now a legend.
What size? You need a shirt. What color?
Oh, we need to get you a shirt.
You do not have one.
Come on.
So we'll get him a shirt. Do we have black with like white lettering and everything, or do we have?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
We
we do.
Good.
Yep.
Yes.
Black.
We'll hook you up. I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob does not have
drug
the
dealer
freaking
days.
shirt.
Yeah, no, you need the shirt, and then you need to wear the shirt when you go to your events with Allison.
Yes.
That's, as they say, so meta. I mean,
And have you noticed the fandom now recognizing you, Bob, because of the catchphrase and the podcast, and everyone knows how much you help Allison, and I mean, you're so much a part of this now.
Yes, I mean, people come up and go, "Are you Bob? I get your newsletter."
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
They tell me to get the wig a lot.
I love it. Oh my God, it makes me so happy. How does it make you feel? Are you glad about that, or is it weird for you?
Well, it's odd that people are asking me to sign autographs. Even when I was in a band, it felt odd. They wanted me to sign things.
That was cool.
But it's even odder.
Yeah.
But I guess now that, this newsletter that's not just a little 5-minute toss it off thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's research that goes in because nobody sends me info, and I keep finding stuff, and it's fun. It's a labor of love. Then I have to write the sock monkey story.
Yes,
and that's always fun too.
And he just started that as this stream of consciousness thing about Secret Agent Sock Monkey. It just came to him one day. I didn't write that thing. No. It's my monkey, but he just started making this
and
stuff
people
up
love it. At the December event in See Me, people were talking about Sock Monkey.
Yes.
I mean, people love this. So you've tapped into the Nellie fandom quite well, Bob.
And you've never, I mean, the only time you've denied certain things when, like, somebody tried to call you, like, Mr. Nellie Oleson kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it at work when somebody said, "Are you the Prairie guy?"
Oh God.
Yeah, no.
You have your
things like
boundaries.
that.
My God.
Right, he has boundaries.
Oh,
Somebody who had just heard about it called said, "Hey, are you the Prairie guy?"
Well, someone called me Mr. Nellie Olson once.
Well, that time you earned it.
Of course,
though.
you're going to get
that.
that.
Was the night you had it
Oh, that's
coming.
right.
It was at summer party. We're doing the thing, and breakdown of the stuff after an event, as we well know, is the big pain in the butt, right?
Yep.
So it was summer party, and it was everything with all the sound equipment, all the and 3:00 in the morning on the back lot of it, tearing all this down. And we were promised volunteers every year. We were always told, "Oh yeah, we're sending over these 4 big guys," and then they never show up, and we always wound up having to, him winding up on a ladder, doing everything. And so he said, "You swore I'd have people tonight," and they said, "Yeah." So he finally just said, "I can't take it anymore," and he snatched up the walkie-talkie and got on the channel, like all channel, and said, "Listen, I need volunteers over here at the comedy stage, like now." And there was a long silence, and then it was Joe Riga came on and said, "Attention everyone, would someone please go assist Mr. Nellie Oleson at the comedy stage?"
Yeah.
And even at the time you went, yeah, I deserve that.
Yeah,
one.
I earned that one.
That was okay. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes it's weird. I mean, the Prairie thing, he's had to explain to people. What was the weird reporter?
I was interviewed once.
Yes,
and they said,
her.
"Well, tell me, what role do you play in Nellie's life?"
Oh.
And I said, "None, actually, but I do play a role in Allison's life."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Prairie guy,
stuff.
he said, if you mean, am I the person who is married to the actress who is on Little House on the Prairie? Yes, you are correct. This does not, however, make me the Prairie guy.
Yeah.
No, that would be Dean. What do you think?
You're the Prairie.
Literally the Prairie
I'm
Man.
the Prairie Man. But
Man.
the Prairie Man, the
So
Prairie
yes,
guy. Well, at least that's, yes. Michael's the ultimate prairie man, but yeah.
Yeah, he has set boundaries. If someone calls him Mr. Nellie Oleson or the Prairie Guys, like kind of draws the line there that, you know, he has a name and a life. But he's become accustomed to just about damn near anything.
I bet. Yeah.
Well,
Go
this has been a full, rich conversation, as is our normal practice. So we've talked about this as being like 45 minutes. It's now an hour and 16 minutes.
Sorry.
Well, let's thank you, Bob. Thank you so much for doing this.
Bob,
I know you're oftentimes
you.
resistant to wanting to be the center of attention, but we thank you so much. The fans, honest to God, have been asking for you since practically day one. You are a very special person in all of our lives, so we appreciate you so much.
Do you have a message for the fans, sir?
Keep reading that newsletter, you know.
Keep reading the newsletter. There you go.
Right.
Especially on Christmas Eve.
Yes, that's a good one. Christmas.
I think Pamela may be frozen.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my
Pamela's
Wi-Fi is
frozen.
going weird.
froze.
Okay, so I hear you now, but your picture's frozen. So
Sorry, I know my Wi-Fi just did something very, very strange. All right, am I back?
You are.
Sorry, I don't
sort
know
of,
why
yes.
it's being strange on me.
Yes, you're back.
All right, now I'm back. All right, I'm back, and I'm going to leave everybody now. Here we go. Listen, guys, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us. Check us out on littlehouse50podcast.com, Littlehouse 50 Podcast on our socials. We will get events and everything up and running. Get the Nellie newsletter. It's fabulous and fantastic. And ready, Bob? We're going to say it, unless you want to say it. Do you want to say it?
Ready? Do you want to say it?
No.
Allison, I think Allison, you should say it.
So I say it. We'll do as it happened. Are you ready? Bob, get the wig.
So serious. Let's fly, everybody.
That is totally an
It's a lot easier this time.
the intensity of it all.
Fly, Bob, fly. He flew. He's flying.
So serious.